All right. Hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Who's here today? We only have a couple students, it looks like. Isabel and Crystal. Hello, hello. I think there's kind of a delay between when I talk and when you hear me. You have to wait a little bit to hear what I say. Let's see. How many people are watching? It says 3 people are watching. Who's our third person? We have Isabel and Crystal. And who is our third? Who's there? Show yourself. Say your name. Jinhong is here. Hello, Jinhong. Alright. So we have 3 students here today. Anybody else? Maybe some people will join a little bit late. I don't know. Oh. Anybody else? Anybody else? Let's check. Oh, now it says there are 5 people watching the class. It says there are 5 people. Please, 6 people, please say hello in the chat. Say hello in the chat. So I know that you are here. Who's here? Everybody say hi in the chat. There are 7 people watching this stream right now. Make sure you say hello. Make sure you say what your name is so that I know that you're here. Otherwise, I don't know who's in the class. You guys are going to be answering questions during class today. I need to know who you are. I need to know your names. I need to know how many people are here. Can we check something before we start? I want to check how long is our delay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start a timer. This is what I'm going to do. Heri is here. Heri, Jinhong, Crystal, Isabel. 4 people. Okay. We're going to check how long the delay is. Okay. Everybody on the chat. Okay. Don't press send, but just press the letter M. Okay. But don't press send. Okay. Just type it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start this timer. I'm going to count down. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, go. When you see me, when you hear me say go and you see me press start, then send M, okay? Send M right at that time when I say go, okay? You ready? 3, 2, 1, send. This way we can tell how long the delay is, which will help me when I'm teaching. I know when to expect your answers and when and how long I should wait before repeating myself or asking for questions. So this will tell us how long the delay is. What are we at now? 20 seconds? Anybody? M. So 24 seconds delay for Isabel. Okay. Looks like 24 seconds. Nobody else sent M. Katie just got it. 32 seconds. 34 seconds for Crystal. 33, 34 seconds. Okay. So it looks like people are averaging about 30 second delay. Okay. The people are averaging about 30 seconds of delay. So who's this here? Sunjae. Alright. So how many people are here? Isabel, Crystal, Jinhong, Heri, Sunjae. Alright, 5 people here. Well, it says there are 7 people watching, 7 people streaming. So 2 people haven't said anything on the chat now, which is kind of strange. Okay. So if you're watching this, make sure you say hi on the chat so that I know you are here. Without further ado then, we will start, okay? What you need today, I need you to take out, well, I need to find it myself first, your RT book, Reading Transparency book. Everybody take out your Reading Transparency book. We are going to do this. You are grade 5, RT, Reading Transparency. We're going to be learning about story structure. We are going to be practicing these story structure learning things today, okay? So everybody open up your RT to page, what page? To page 3. Okay, RT page 3. This one here, use story structure, RT page 3, RT page 3. Okay, everybody open up to that page. Alright. Alright. So, story structure. This is an important thing. I'm sure you've heard the word structure before. You might not know exactly what it means. Structure is kind of like the shape of something, right? The pieces of something, how it fits together. A story has different pieces coming together to make the story. Obviously, we know stories have characters, stories have settings. You guys are grade 5, you know that by now. We know a story has a problem, a conflict, and things happen to solve the problem, and then the solving of this problem is called the resolution. Page 3. Thank you, Isabel. Okay. Page 3. RT. Page 3. Okay. So, I think you get my chat right away. My chat comes up instantly, but then it takes some time for you to hear my voice. So it's kind of strange. Although if I need you to know something right away, I can send it on the chat. You'll know right away. Okay, so we were talking about story structure, character setting, conflict, plot events, resolution, right? This is really important when we're understanding stories. Really important to be able to see these different pieces, to see the structure and how everything fits together. It's a really important part of being a good reader and a good student to really understand something. It's not just, I know, like when you're young, the questions about reading can just be like one fact, like what happened when the dog went into the house, and you just find your answer and there's your answer. That's a pretty low level understanding of reading. We want to bring you to a higher level understanding of reading where we are reading the whole story, we're understanding all the pieces of the story, we can summarize a story, right? This is what's important. If you can summarize a story well, that's what shows that you understand the story. So we have to understand the big pieces and not just the little details. This is what we're working on today, using the story structure. Okay? So everybody here on this page, RT page 3, I'm going to flip your view so you can see. So, actually before we do that, I want to get everybody talking on the chat a little bit. Before we talk that, let's just warm up our English a little bit. Everybody tell me what have you been doing today so far? Okay, to warm up your English. Let's warm up your English a little. So, what have you been doing today so far? So I typed it before. Today I woke up and went for a walk. Which was nice in the sunny weather. Then I ate breakfast and made coffee. Finally, then I started reading a book while riding train to e-specialist. Okay, so this is what I've been doing. Jinhong says Jinhong has just been doing all day. Jinhong woke up 8 hours ago, no, 10 hours ago. Jinhong woke up 10 hours ago and has been sitting here going for 10 hours today. That's it. Sophia says hi. Hi, Sophia. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Sophia says hi. Answer my question. What have you been doing today so far? Tell me. Isabel says, I've been drawing for the whole day. Really? That's really wonderful. That's a lot of drawing. That's good. That's an important skill to have. Sounds like fun. I like drawing too. I wish I was better at drawing. Sunjay says, I did a game called Milk Choco. That sounds like a food, not a game. What is a game called Milk Choco? Oh, Jinhong says, I've been e-learning all day. Good, that's excellent. I want to do some e-learning all day. Well, I did some e-learning today too. This morning, I was learning psychology. I did some e-learning this morning. Psychology is studying the way that you think, the way people think and feel things. That's interesting to me. So I'm doing e-learning too. Alright, Sophia says, I did my school homework. Good. Also important, doing your school homework. Eugen. Who's Eugen? That's Hieri. Hieri only did YouTube for 14 hours? 14 hours of YouTube? That's a lot of YouTube. Don't your eyes hurt? That's a lot of YouTube. And drawing. Drawing's very important. Good. I'm glad that you're drawing. Drawing's fun. Very fun. I like to draw too. Sunjae ate French toast. Excellent. Good. Jinhong says, in all capital letters, I said I've done e-learning all day. Okay, you're yelling at me like this. I said I've been doing e-learning all day. Okay. Sorry. There's like 30-second delay. We tested this at the beginning. So I talk and you are hearing me 30 seconds after I'm talking. So my reading your comments and reactions are a little bit slow. Okay. Sunjay also did all the homework my mom gave me. That's important too. It's good that your mom's giving you homework. That's nice. That's a good mom. Good job doing your homework. Crystal really did nothing? Nothing? Come on. I'm sure you did something. You just forgot. Okay. It's okay for being late, Sophia. That's fine. Don't worry about it. We're starting now. We're just warming up. We tested the lag, and now you're telling me about your day. Okay? Now everybody, RT page 3. Okay? Okay. RT page 3. Let's go over this now. How can I switch my view? Alright. Whoa. Isabel did a drawing competition with my sis and little bro. Nice. Competition. We spell like this. Competition. Okay. Competition. Very cool. Page 333, Sunjay, there is no page 333. The last page is, what is the last page? The last page is like 127. 128 is the last page. There's no page 333, just page 3. Okay, Jinhong did all the assignments so far, and I didn't finish. Okay? No yelling. Don't need to yell in the chat. Alright, this one, page 3, story structure. Like I said, and I will say again, we had some late people. We have some late people, so I'm gonna say again, what color should I use today? I'll ask them, so what color pen should I use? Okay. What color pen should I use? Yellow. We have some artists in the class. Orange. Maybe this one. This orange. Okay. These are nice. What about this green? Or this green? Tell me, what color pen should I use? Blue. Alright, Isabel said first one to answer. Isabel says blue. We got 3 options of blue. 1, 2, 3 blue. Maybe this is kind of blue. I'll call this teal, maybe? Teal, aquamarine. I'm gonna go with this blue. Isabel said first, so I'm gonna use blue first. But thank you for your idea of mint. Hitty says mint. Is there mint? Oh, this mint. Ooh, that looks nice. That's nice too. Sunjae says or green. Not orange or green. Crystal says purple. So this is purple. Jidong says blue. Alright. Well, I'm going to use blue. Isabel answered first. I'll use blue first, and then I'll switch in order. Okay? So blue first. Story structure, like I said here, story structure. Structure is the shape of things, right? The pieces of things, how they come together. We're going to try to understand this story, and then we're going to try to understand it, map it together in a summary so we understand the pieces. I'm going to read this out loud. What I want you to do, while I am reading, I want you to read it too. Don't just sit there quietly and listen to me read. That is silly. Talk while I am reading. Let's read along together, and then it can help you learn the natural patterns of pauses and intonation while I read. Okay? Alright, read along. Teresa was excited when she got the invitation to Alicia's party in the mail. Then she saw it was an ice skating party. Teresa's excitement turned to disappointment. She was terrified of skating. Teresa's sister, Molly, saw how upset Teresa was. She knew her sister would be too afraid to go to the party. Molly offered to teach Teresa how to skate. The next day, Teresa and Molly headed to the local ice rink. Rink is the place where you skate on the ice. During Teresa's first time on the ice, she slipped almost immediately and banged her knee. She was ready to give up until Molly convinced her to get back on the ice. Molly held Teresa's hand and showed her how to use her arms for balance and how to take strong, steady strides on the ice. Strides are like steps. Soon she was able to let go of Molly's hand. Before the afternoon was over, Teresa was skating on her own. At Alicia's party the following week, Teresa took a deep breath at the edge of the rink. Then she pushed off and sailed across the ice. Okay, so we have this story here. We have this story. You guys probably generally understand the story, right? It's not very hard. But we're going to practice doing this story structure, breaking it into pieces so we can understand it really well. That's really important here. We want to understand the story really well. Okay, so let's start with this. Characters. Who are the characters in the story and who is the main characters? Who is the main character? You guys have a little bit of delay, so I'll send it. Okay. Isabel says Teresa and Molly. Alright. The characters. Let's see what everyone else says. I want to hear answers from everyone. Isabel says Teresa. Molly. Anybody else? You're right. Only 2 characters, really. Teresa and Molly. Teresa and Molly are the characters in the story. Who is the main character in the story? Oh, nice to know. It says Teresa is the main character. Yes. Teresa is the main character. Teresa and Molly in the story. Okay. Sunjae. Are there 2 Sunjaes here? Or you just switched accounts? 2 Sunjaes or you switched accounts? I don't know. Okay. Teresa and Molly. Mother? Sophia. I don't think mom is here. There's no mom here. Right? No, there's no mom. Okay. Teresa and Molly. Someone might say Alicia. Is Alicia in this story though? No. Alicia is not in the story. We don't see her do anything. So our 2 stories are Teresa and Molly. Let's write them down. Teresa and Molly. Okay. Pretty straightforward. I use the next color for setting. So Katie suggested mint, so we'll do setting with mint. Ah, that's your phone, Sunjae. Tricky, using 2 different things, 2 different devices. Setting, what is the setting of the story? What are the settings of the story? Teresa's house and the local ice rink. Oh, deleted. Ice rink, ice rink, ice rink. Teresa's house and local ice rink. Rink, rink, rink. Ice link. Ice rink with an R. Alright. Both of you did. That's silly. Okay, there's more than one setting. More than one setting. Alright, we're getting this right. Here we know that this is Teresa's house. Does it say she's at her house? Does it say anywhere here Teresa's house? We don't see Teresa's house anywhere here. It doesn't say Teresa's house. But we say she got it in the mail, right? In the mail, we know that then that's a house. Your mail comes to your house. Okay? Okay. So this is all Teresa's house. I'm going to erase this over here. And then our second one here, right? The local ice rink. Local ice rink. Good. Ice rink. Now this one here, we also have Alicia's party. We think maybe this is also at the local ice rink because this is also the rink. So this is the same. Okay. So Teresa's house. I'm just going to write T because it's hard to write on the computer. Teresa's house and the ice rink. Yo. Wow. Okay. Teresa's house and the ice rink. Now we get into the exciting part. Conflict, plot events, and resolution. Conflict. Remember, conflict is the problem in the story. What color is next? Blue, mint. Is this or green? Oh, you sent 2 things. I'll just say green. Okay. I think you said green. So I'll use green. Which green should I use? This green? Okay. So conflict will be this green. Conflict, remember, is the problem, the struggle, right? What does the... I just spelled problem wrong. Wow. Am I an English teacher? Problem. I'm not thinking. Okay. Problem. Conflict is a problem, right? Every story has a problem. If we read a story that just has characters and a setting with no problem, that is an extremely boring story, right? That is a very boring story. If we have Teresa and Molly are at the ice rink, Teresa isn't scared of ice skating, goes ice skating, is pretty good at it. Molly helps, they're good at ice skating. The end. Fun story? No, that is a very boring story. For a story to be interesting, there has to be some kind of problem. There has to be a conflict, right? So, in this story, let's get into a little bit of advanced conflict. We're in G5 now, so I'm going to talk about some ideas. Right? We will have different kinds of conflict. We often split them into groups, right? Character versus character is one kind of conflict, right? Types of conflict. Can you see that? It's so interesting that it looks like it goes up, but it's a straight line on the board, but because the camera is pointing up, it looks like it's turned, okay? So here, character versus character is one type of conflict, right? The characters are fighting against each other. What's an example of a character versus character conflict? Harry Potter is fighting against Voldemort. Character versus character conflict, right? The Avengers are fighting against Thanos. Character versus character conflict, right? They're fighting against each other. One kind of conflict, right? That's a problem. We also have character versus nature, right? Character versus nature can be a conflict. If you ever read the book Hatchet, right? A story about this person, they get stuck in the woods, they're trapped on the mountain, or something like that. Yeah, trapped in a mountain, I think maybe Alaska, something like that. Their plane crashes. A plane crashes, and they have to survive. Need to get food somehow, and have to survive the cold winter. This is character versus nature. That's the problem. We also have some other ones. This is a very important one. Character versus self. This is a really big and important kind of conflict, right? The character is fighting with themselves. Now you might be wondering at first reading this, what does that mean, character versus themselves? They're fighting themselves like that. That doesn't make any sense, right? No, it can be something like fear is character versus self. Like, my fear is inside of me. The problem is that I'm scared. I have to fix that, right? That's character versus self. It can be something like fear or worry or all sorts of problems they have with themselves. It can be a very interesting kind of story. We can also have some other ones. These ones are a little bit tricky. Stay with me. These three are easier. These two are a little bit harder. We have character versus society, right? Well, we didn't come up with an example of character versus self. What's an example of character versus self? Maybe Frozen is a problem of character versus self, where Elsa kind of runs away because she's scared of having these powers. She can't control her magic winter ice powers, so she runs away. That's character versus self conflict. That's where that conflict is. In that story, there's also character versus character, right? The evil, what is he, a prince or something? The evil prince is character versus character conflict because he's trying to hurt them. Or, I don't remember the story. I forgot. But there's also character versus society, right? Society, we know society is like all the people together. What do they think together? This is character versus society. Our character can maybe everybody in society thinks that the character is weird or is wrong for doing something, right? That's character versus society. They're against what other people are thinking, or the culture, right? They're fighting with something in the culture. That's character versus society. Our last one here I'm going to talk about is character versus fate. Okay. Now, you might have heard this before with fate. Oh, I don't want to underline all of them. Okay. Fate. Fate. You guys might know what fate is. It's like destiny. It's what you think is going to be happening. Things like that. Isn't Frozen character versus self? That's what I said. I said character. I said versus self, right? I said Elsa is scared and worried like this. That's character versus self. I can't think of an example of character versus society that you guys would know. I can't think of one that you would know. Character versus society. Character versus fate. Character versus fate is kind of like character versus destiny, right? What is going to happen to them? What they think the future, right? Is kind of like the character versus what is expected of them. What's an example of character versus fate? Character versus fate could be like, well, Moana. Moana has some character versus self, some character versus nature, right? Moana, the nature, Moana versus self. Also Moana versus the big guy with the tattoos. I don't remember his name. But also Moana has character versus fate. Her fate is that she's going to lead the island, right? Her dad is the king or whatever, so she's going to become the king or the queen or whatever they call the leader of the island, and she is struggling with this, right? That's the character versus fate, the problem with this, okay? That's where the problem is. So these are all different kinds of conflict. It's important to keep in mind when you read a story to understand what kind of conflict there is in it, what kind of problem there is, you can find it. If you're just looking for like character versus character conflict, you're going to miss a lot of other conflict that's happening in the story. So it's important to understand these and notice that many stories have more than one. Many stories have lots of different kinds of conflict all stuck together, okay? So, as we're talking about this here, the Amazing World of Gumball. See, I don't know that. What's the Amazing World of Gumball? I'll have to look that up. Amazing World of Gumball. Everyone can see this. Ooh, what is this? This is absurd. This looks very silly. What is the Amazing World of Gumball? It's a TV series on Cartoon Network. 12-year-old Gumball and Goldfish best friend Darwin in middle school. The family. I don't know what the problem is. This is character versus society, Jinho? I don't know. Okay, I'll have to watch it. We'll see. Anyway, let's focus on this story here. You guys remember this story. Teresa invited to Alicia's party. Molly helps her. Okay. So this has a kind of conflict. Everybody tell me. Okay. What is the conflict of this story on RT page, what page is this? Page 3, right? Page 3. What kind of conflict is it? Jinho asks, is there such thing as character versus all? You mean, are there stories where it's character versus character, and character versus nature, and character versus self, and character versus society, and character versus fate? Yes, there are stories that have those things, that have all of those conflicts, but we don't say character versus all. We just say it has all those kinds of conflicts. And what kind of story has all of those? Maybe, I don't know. Like some long stories probably have all of those. Okay. So we have some conflicts coming in. Crystal says Teresa was scared to ride an ice skate. Isabel says the conflict is she wants to go to the party, but she doesn't know how to skate. She is not bright of skating. We would say like good at skating, Teresa. She was terrified of skating. Okay. So we understand here the conflict is that Teresa is scared of skating, right? We have this full idea together. I think, Isabel, you did a really good job in putting this together, right? The problem is not just that she's scared of ice skating, right? Because that's not a problem by itself, right? If you don't want to go ice skating and you're scared of ice skating, that's not a problem, right? I'm scared of ice skating, but I don't want to go ice skating, so that's not a problem in my life, right? That's not a problem because I don't want to go ice skating. The problem here altogether is that Teresa wants to go to the party, but she doesn't know how to skate. So this is a good example of a full conflict, right? One thing here is grammar. She doesn't know, right? We put doesn't know, no S. Okay. So good. Teresa wants to go to the party. Let's put this on here. Afraid of skating, character versus self, right? This is character versus self. Yes, her fear, right? She has to overcome her fear. That is character versus self conflict. Exactly. Okay. Let's put this all together. All together, I will say like this. That's the final answer. Teresa wants to go to the party, but she doesn't know how to skate. And then we'll write in parentheses, character versus self. Okay, like this. So very good. Nice, nice, nice. Write that down. Write that down. I think I can't write it because it will take me a long time. Let's try. Teresa wanted to go. Oh, so messy. It's so hard to write on the computer. Go to the party, but she doesn't know how to skate. Okay. Oh, okay, that's kind of messy. Alright, Sunjay says no, it's character versus ice skating. I agree with Isabel. Okay, this is dot 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 dot. This is dot dot dot. Okay. This is not character versus ice skate because she is not fighting with the ice skate. The ice skate is not attacking her, right? She has to learn how to do that. How to do it. That's a conflict inside of her, right? The problem, she's not fighting with the ice skate. Fighting, if it's He was fighting with the ice skate. Where is it? Fighting with the ice skate. I think I found that clip. That would mean that she's actually fighting with the ice skate. She's fighting with herself. She has to overcome her fear. She has to overcome her fear.
They call it the Iron Loop.
Oh, you can't see it. Never mind. Okay. You can't see it. Alright. I tried to find a movie clip where somebody fights with an ice skate, but it didn't show up. I couldn't find it. Okay. Anyway. like if you fall and you get cut on an ice skate or something, then that would be fighting with ice skate. Anyway, here is our problem. She was terrified of skating. Ice skating party, terrified of skating. What color should I use next? Plot events. What color is next? Where's our colors? Where are the colors? Oh, here. Mint, green, purple. Alright, purple. Purple's next. Okay. Plot events. Ugh, using purple and green. I don't like that color combination. I don't like the way they look next to each other. I'm gonna use it anyway. Okay, so plot events. What happens in the middle of the story? Okay, let's find the plot events in the story. So here we have the problem. She's terrified of skating. What happens in the middle? Summarize the plot events, please. Summarize a major plot event for me, please. Everybody type it into the chat. Summarize a major plot event for us. What is something that happens here in the middle? Not the solution to it, right? We're not yet at the resolution. We're not yet at the resolution. What happens in the middle? What is happening in the middle? Someone tell me. You don't have to say all of it, but try to summarize at least one major plot event. Maybe you should try to summarize all of it. Plot events. After Teresa gets an invitation, her mother teaches her to skate. Okay. Right. Molly teaches her to skate. Good. That's a pretty big summary. Molly teaches her how to skate. That's a pretty significant summary. Yes. We can even put a little bit more details in there. No, that's actually quite perfect, right? Molly teaches her how to skate. That's exactly what we're looking for. That summarizes our whole middle part. Molly teaches Teresa how to skate. Okay. Alright. Jinhong says, Molly offers to help her. She slipped, but she didn't give up. Well, this is much more detailed. I like this. This is wonderful. Okay. Molly offers to help her. We have that here. Molly offers to help. And then she slipped, but she didn't give up. She slipped and hit her knee, but she didn't give up. And then, right, she learned how to skate. Okay. Anybody else have a different kind of summary? She slipped, but and she learned. Ooh, that's a messy line. Let's try that again. Okay. Anybody else? Plot event summary. These are both good, but somebody else. Anybody else? Tell me what happens in the story. We're running out of time. We only have 5 more minutes. Alright, if I don't have any other answers, we're going to move on. We'll move on. What color's next? Purple. Another blue. Another blue. Alright, I'm going to use another blue then. I'll use this blue this time. Okay. Resolution in blue. Okay. So, resolution. Now. Not Isabel, not Jinhong. I want other people to answer this. Oh, 5 more minutes until now, and then there's another hour. 5 more minutes until break time. I wanted to finish this before break time. That's what I mean, Jinhong. Okay. Oh, I have this here. She was despaired about skating. Molly helped her doing it and doing it again. Ah, despair. Ah, she was despairing about skating. Ooh, it's kind of hard to use in a sentence. Despair is a good word, but in this case it doesn't quite make sense. Okay, she was despairing about the party. She was despairing because she could not skate, but Molly helped her practice again and again. Let's try that. Okay, let's try that. Let's fix the grammar. Right. She was despairing because she couldn't skate. Or we say about the situation. Comma. But Molly helped her practice again and again, and then period. Okay, let's try that. Alright. So, there's our plot event. I'm not going to write it, but you write it here. You write in on your paper, write the plot event there. Okay, whatever you think is the best summary of this. I liked Jinhong's. Right? Molly offers to help her. She slipped, didn't give up, and learned how to skate. Right? She slipped, didn't give up. Our resolution then. What is our resolution? I want a resolution. Somebody who didn't answer one of these. Okay, so not Isabel, not Jinhong, not Sunjae. I want to hear from Crystal and Sophia. Who else is here? Is there another person? I want to hear from Crystal and Sophia. What is the resolution? What is the resolution of this story? Okay. And Hiri also. You write it. Not me. Okay. No, wait until other people answer, Isabel. Okay, you answered the first. You were the first one to answer here. Okay. I want to hear some other people first. Otherwise, people might copy you. I don't want that. I want other people's answers first. You can answer after they do. So, Hiri, Sophia, Crystal, what is the resolution of this story? How does the story finish up? How does Teresa solve her problem? Jinhong, I said, wait until other people answer it. She practiced very hard and won the fight against terror. I like that, fight against terror. Like, she overcame her fear. When we say, it's kind of funny. When we say fight against terror, usually what this means, that people are talking about like a war, fighting like terrorism. Like when people are fighting against like ISIS, or we say neo-Nazis, like people doing terrorism, we say that's a fight against terror. So we would say she overcame her fear. Okay, so we would say she practiced very hard and overcame her fear. Okay, she practiced very hard and overcame her fear. Yes, that is how she defeated the conflict. We need a little bit more for the resolution, right? The problem is going to the ice skating party, right? So we have to think about here, How does that resolve at the end? Okay. Oh, I should suspect the blue. Suspect the blue. How does this resolve at the end? Her fear and the ice skating party. So we want to put that together here. Okay. So, like this, okay? Overcame her fear. Oh, that should be a period at the end, not a comma. But you know what I mean. Alright, well, it's break time. I want to hear more answers after break time, okay? I want to hear more answers. Let's finish this up, and then we'll do some more after break time. Okay? Break time for 10 minutes. Break time until 4:51. Oops. Oh, we got some more answers coming. I'll talk about these answers after break. After break, we'll talk about these answers, okay? story structure. Yes, we talked about. Sure.
Can you then let me just copy some of the other articles and do that with them together, okay?
Okay, sounds good. So we'll keep working on this. Yep. Did I download the file?
Did you? I'm gonna just, remove the USB.
Yeah, you can just remove
scan it again.
Should be able to just remove it. Let's see. I don't remember how to.
Jinong is online too?
Yes, Jinong is here. I don't know which one is to remove. I can't read.
And if you go to just
Oh,
file
this one?
here,
Is this one take out?
yeah, take out.
Oh.
Is it using now?
I don't know. Okay, let me fix this. I don't know why it's using it right now. Alright, let's just close the one so it's.
Okay, then you can teach this one first, okay? Then I'll take over the 6th grader a little bit, okay? Give you a break later.
Okay, sure, sounds good.
Do you have 6th grader LA to look there?
Alright, everybody back? Alright, let's use right grammar, okay? Don't say I am come, say I'm back. Okay. Use you can say I'm back or I'm here. Alright, so everyone back. Let's see, where are we? Ice skating with confidence. Right. Okay, so we were talking about these things. Everyone back now? I hope everyone's back. Where is our organization? Oh, that's the wrong class. Right, organization. Alright. So, everyone back now? Okay. Hello. So, Alright. So, everyone's here. Let's get back to work. So, we were talking about how to summarize our resolution. How to summarize our resolution. We have we got some more. She practiced very hard and overcame her fear. She overcame her fear, and we don't say ride ice skate, we say just and ice skated. After hard work of skating, she overcame her phobia and she goes to the party. I'ma watch Gumball, says Jinhong. That's not the resolution, Jinhong. She doesn't watch Gumball. Okay, anyway. So here, let's talk about these. She overcame her fear and rode the ice skates. We don't say ride, we say she overcame her fear and went ice skating in here. After the hard work of skating, she overcame her phobia and she went to the party. Okay, so here, let's say overcame is past tense. The past tense overcame, so we would say went, and she went to the party. The other thing here, oh, you can't see my screen, you're looking at me. The other thing here is that phobia is a special kind of fear. phobia is an extreme fear. Usually it's like a special kind of fear. Like people have a phobia of heights. They're very, very scared of being somewhere high up. Or they have a phobia of spiders. They're very, very scared of spiders. Or a phobia of small places, right? These are really, really extreme phobias that make your life difficult, right? These sorts of things are phobias. When we just have this, she's scared of ice skating. This is not really a phobia. She's just scared of ice skating, okay? So we can put this all together. In the end, this is important though. I like this. And she went to the party. That's an important part of the conclusion, right? That's an important part of our resolution. So we have here, let's put these together, right? She tried and tried. She practiced very hard. That's important, right? She overcame her fear and could ice skate. That's important. And she went to the party. That's important. So let's put the three of those together, okay? Let's see, what would I write? She practiced until she could ice skate on her own, then went to the party. Okay, so something like this. Oh, you're probably seeing this before I finish talking. It's kind of funny. It's like typing into a time machine. Alright. Anyway, write that down in your resolution. Write these down. Write. Because this is your book. Write on your RT. Write it in here. Okay? Write this in here. Okay? Now, after this, we're going to try doing it again. Alright? Now, we're moving on to this next one. This is RT page 8. RT page 8. RT page 8. RT page 8. Okay? Let's go here to RT page 8. Okay. We have another little story here. We have another little story. We're going to try to do the same thing. We're going to try to understand the story structure of this one. Alright? Let's understand the story structure of this. Let's read it. And then let's try to understand. Oh, why can't I write? Crystal says, done! Good job, Crystal. Jinhong says, write that. Jinhong, what does this say? Can you see this, Jinhong? Look, does this say right? This says right. Does this say right? This says right. Yes, Jinhong, right. Write the resolution, write the plot events, okay? You can write the same thing that I wrote. Okay, she practiced until she could ice skate on her own, then went to the party. Okay? Alright? Or you could write whatever you think is better. Okay? If you think it's better, then you can write it. Okay, we learned all about it. Oh. Anyway. So here, next one. Use story structure. We're going to add a little bit more here. We're going to try it again. What color should I use? I'm going to use the colors in order that you reply. Okay. So answer, and then I'm going to read, right? Using story structure. Okay. Using story structure here. I'm going to read this, and then we're going to do this together. Alright? So, I'll read it. Remember, I want you to read along while I am reading. So while I'm reading, you read along out loud. This is important. It will help you. Okay? So let's read together. Sean, yes, we say this is Sean, it's S-E-A-N, but we say Sean. Sean sat down on the bench and opened his lunchbox. Brian and Keith, his two best buddies, were talking about yesterday's soccer practice. Sean liked soccer, but he didn't play. The thought of playing on a competitive team made him nervous. He didn't want to worry about letting down his teammates. I wish we had more players so that we could have some substitutes, Brian said. Substitutes is like somebody who plays for somebody else. Like if somebody gets sick, one player gets sick, you need a substitute to play instead of that person. Okay? It's hard to run the whole game without ever getting a rest. Oh, so in this case here, they wish they had some more players so they could switch so you don't play the whole game. Hey Sean, why aren't you playing soccer this year? Keith asked. Yeah, Brian said, you're pretty good. After lunch, the boys headed back to class. Sean decided he would check with the coach after school to see if he could sign up for soccer. Okay, so here's our story here. Let's talk about it. Character setting, conflict, plot events, resolution. Let's do it. Color choices are... What is this? Blue, 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 sky blue. Guys, there are only 3 blues. Oh, there are 4 blues. Okay, sure. Okay, I can do blue, 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 sky blue. So which blue should I go first? I'll start with the darkest blue and I'll go lighter. Okay. Let's start with the characters. Almost looks like purple. It's like an indigo. Okay. Characters. Who are the characters? Who is the main character? Who are the characters of the story? Who are the characters? Who is the main character? Answer, please. Sunjay. Nice spelling and punctuation. Sunjay says, Sean, comma, Brian. What is this? Is he cold? He's going Brian. There's this Brian. And what is this? Keen? Okay, let's take a little bit more practice and write this correctly. Okay. Alright, we've got some good answers here from Isabel, Denong, and Sophia. Sean, main character, Brian, and Keith. Okay, Sean equals main character, that's true. Okay. Denong says Sean, main character, Brian, and Keith. Sophia says Sean, Brian, and Keith. Right, Sean, main character, Brian, Keith. Excellent. Good. Jinhong says, stop copying me. Jinhong, what does it mean, you copying? Isabel said it before you, Jinhong. Jinhong said it, Isabel said it, and then Jinhong said it. Okay, so you're copying her. Okay, Crystal says Sean, Brian, and Keith. Correct. Who's the main character? Sean is the main character. How do we know Sean is the main character? We know Sean is the main character. We have some hints that we talk about him first. We're talking about his best friend, so he's the main character. He's the one thinking, he's the one feeling, things like that, right? We're mostly worried about Sean. Sean is our main character, correct? Okay, let's write that here. Everybody write that down. Sean. Brian. Keith. And our main character, Sean. Next, let's use to a lighter shade of blue. Setting. What is the setting of this story? Or what? I can say what are the settings, there might be one, settings of the story. If there's more than one, tell me more than one. If there's just one, then just tell me one. You tell me. Where and when? Remember, setting has where and when. Sophia says lunchtime. Yes, we know it's lunchtime because they're eating from their lunch box and they're going to head back to class later. Isabel says, Jinhong, I'm sorry if you felt sad. That is not the setting of the story. The story does not take place in Jinhong. I'm sorry if you felt sad. Okay. Shinjae says, bench. Yes, we have here bench. We can be a little more, oh, there we go. Yes, bench at school. Yes, we know it's the school because they're going back to class. Jinhong says, I was talking to Sophia. That is not the setting of the story. The setting of the story is not I was talking to Sophia. Crystal says class bench. All right, we have class there and we have bench. So we know that's at school. All right, Isabella says lunchtime at school. Cafeteria? Question mark. Yes, we think it is maybe the cafeteria because it is lunchtime at school. So we know the time, it is lunchtime, and we know it's at the school. We know they're eating lunch. They're sitting on a bench. Probably the cafeteria, right? Very good. Okay. Let's write this here. Lunch time. I'm getting faster at writing. Lunchtime and school cafeteria. Okay, Jinhong says class also, so here they headed back to class. Yes, you're right, but that's not a very important part of the story. Nothing really happens in class. That's something a little bit extra. The biggest thing is here, the bench, and we know it's lunchtime, right? Here we have some clues. We're back to class, so we know where they are. Okay. Next is conflict. We want to know what is the problem in this story. We have here with Sean as our main character. What is Sean's problem? Did Sean get in a fight with an angry lion? Did Sean lose his favorite purple pen? Is Sean late for his skydiving meeting? Is Sean fighting with his girlfriend? What is happening here? What is the conflict? What is the problem that Sean has? Did a tree fall down on Sean? Is the weather bad? Is Sean supposed to be the Queen of Ireland but doesn't want that fate? What is happening here? Someone tell me. Let me write here. What is the conflict of this story and what kind of conflict is it? Jinhong Park says, Achoo, hey, careful, you're going to give us all computer coronavirus. You're sneezing through the computer. You're going to make us sick. Jinhong, don't do that. Cover your sneezes through the chat. Sujay says, Sean is afraid playing with a soccer team. Isabel says, he is pretty good at soccer, but he is nervous because he doesn't want to let his team down. Let's hear from some other people. Let's hear some more conflicts before talking about it. I want to hear everyone's opinions, and then we can talk about it. Sunjay says, COVID-19. That is, yes, Sean is sitting down at the bench and opened his lunchbox. Brian and Keith, his best buddies, were coughing into his lunchbox. They have a sore, dry throat, and there is currently the COVID-19 novel coronavirus in their school. So Sean's major conflict here is that he thinks that he is sick. He wants to quarantine his friends and make them go to the hospital, but they don't want to go to the hospital. No, that is not the problem. Sophia says, I think I posted it at the same time. So Sophia, Sean's problem here, eating lunch with his two best friends, Brian and Keith, his problem is that he posted at the same time as Brian and Keith. No, that's not the problem. Everybody answer the question. What is the conflict of the story, and what kind of conflict in it? What is the problem here? What kind of conflict? Is it person versus character, character versus self, character versus nature, character versus society, or character versus fate? Sunjae says they all died, right? So the conflict of the story is that Sean, Brian, and Keith all died and now they have to go and they're zombies and they have to go turn more people into zombies. This is the conflict of the story. I don't remember reading that part. Jinhong says, Sean wanted to join the soccer team, but he didn't want to let the team down. All right. So, Sean likes soccer, but he didn't want to join because he didn't want to let the team down. Nice. So here, we have some pretty good conflicts in here, right? Sean is afraid of playing with the soccer team. He's good at soccer, but he's nervous, so he doesn't join. Here, Sean wants to join the soccer team, but he didn't join the team because he's scared, right? Exactly. This is our conflict. Character versus himself. Excellent. Yes, Sunjae, this is character versus himself. Next time, write that out. Don't write C. Okay. You can write the whole word character. Don't be lazy. Okay. So, conflict here. Let's write this here. Everybody write the conflict here. Write that down. Sophia says, I did not answer that question. So the conflict of the story is that Sophia did not answer the question. Sean sits on the bench, opened his lunchbox, asks Sophia a question, and Sophia did not answer the question. So Sean is sad because Sean thinks that Sophia is ignoring his question. That is a conflict of the story? I don't think so. What is the conflict of the story? Isabel says, oh. The conflict of the story is, oh. That is not the conflict of the story either. Jinhong says, character versus self. Yes, exactly. Thank you for writing that all the way out. Character versus self. Good. So we have the conflict here. Everybody write down the conflict here. Our conflict is that Sean wants to play soccer, but he's scared to join the team, right? Good. Conflict. Conflict. Here's my example. Sean wants to play soccer, but he is too scared to join the team. Okay. We can be more specific and say he is too scared of letting his team down to join the team. We can be more specific. I made it nice and short. Sunjae, this is English class, not emoji class. Okay, so we're going to type in English, not type in emojis. Okay, alright, so write down the conflict and then we're going to continue with the plot events. So what happens here after the conflict? I'm going to switch to my last color here. Sky blue. That was pretty similar to the last one. Here's our sky blue. Sunjae says, I wrote it. I wrote what? Character? It's only C. Or you wrote this? Okay, well you wrote this in emojis. This is not English, right? This is not emoji class. If you want to join emoji class, you can go to Emoji Academy and then read books written in emojis and talk in emojis all day. But this is English class, okay? So no emojis. Alright, so plot events, we're thinking about what's happening in the middle of the story. Oh, let me underline the conflict. but he didn't play. Like soccer, but didn't play. The thought of playing. This is all the conflict here. There's so much conflict here. 3 sentences of conflict. We made it nice and short. Okay? Jinhong, again. What is this? No laughing. No smiling. Okay. Plot events then, right? We want to know what's happening that leads from the conflict. We have the problem, right? He doesn't want to join the soccer team. Something happens, and then we solve the problem at the end. So what happens in the middle, okay? Tell me a major plot event in, or tell me the major plot events in this story that lead from the conflict. No, that's in the story. Okay, I'll just say that. Tell me the major plot events in the story, please. Okay. What's happening here? What are the major plot events in this story? Between the conflict and the resolution. So major plot events do not include the resolution, okay, or the conflict. Okay, no emojis. Alright. What are the major plot events in this story? Do not include the conflict or the resolution. These are things that happen between the conflict and the resolution. No. Jinhong says, no, don't tell me the major plot events in this story. No, you have to answer the question, Jinhong. Jinhong, tell me the major plot events in this story. Alright, we have here, Brian wanted Sean to play because he was good at soccer. What is this? Why so many dots? It makes it feel like you don't believe it. Brian wanted Sean to play because he was good at soccer. Right? You want to have one period. Okay? Brian wanted Sean to play because he was good at soccer. After his friend knew that Sean wanted to sign in, they disguised to have a new player on their soccer team. Discuss. They discuss to have a new player on their soccer team. Not disguise. So they talk about discuss. C-U-S-S. Okay. He heard about his friends talking about having an extra player. He didn't play soccer because he was in the team, but thanks to his friends, he had a chance. Okay, this is kind of like a summary of the conflict and the middle. He heard his friends talking about having an extra player. Not having, but wanting an extra player. Not having, they don't have an extra player. They want an extra player. Okay, Brian wanted Sean to play because he was good. It didn't really say that's why he wanted to play. They said you're pretty good, but they wanted to have some substitutes is what they wanted. Okay, so we have to put these kind of together. Okay, remember this is discuss. D-I-S-C-U-S-S, discuss. Okay, After spending the Sean wanted to sign in. Well, they didn't know at the beginning. Alright. So what's happening here, right? Let's look at this. I switch the color back. Okay. What's happening here is this middle. This part here. This color is so similar to the other color. We're too close. Alright. So Sean hears his friends, Brian and Keith, talking about wanting more players on their soccer team. Okay. Sean hears Brian and Keith talking about or say that they want more players on their soccer team. Or we can just say Brian and Keith say they wish they had more players on their soccer team. Okay. Brian hears, no, not Brian. Sean hears, or they're all talking together, right? Brian and Keith tell Sean that they want more players on their soccer team. Okay, that's what's happening here, right? So these are all pretty good, but we want to clean it up a little bit, right? Brian and Keith tell Sean they want more players on their soccer team, right? This is the middle. This is what happens in the middle. He hears them talking. They say he's good. They want more players on their soccer team. Okay, so write that here. Write the plot events. Summarize. Okay, then after you wrote that down for plot events, we are going to move on to this last part, the resolution. Okay, now let's have you guys tell me first. Oh, I need the last color. I need one more color. Someone tell me one more color. Someone tell me one more color. Who's it gonna be? Who chooses our last color for today? Is this Turkish? What is this? I don't know what that is. Orange. Isabel wins. Thank you, Isabel. I will do orange. Okay. Which orange? Which one should I do? This one or this one? I'll do this one. Okay. This is a good orange. Okay, good. Alright. So, Isabel already chose. Too late, everybody. Too late, too late. Looks like a Roald Dahl book. Okay, so we are going to talk about the resolution here. The resolution of the story we know is the end of the story. Everybody tell me. Everybody wrote down now the plot events. Everybody wrote down the conflict. Now let's move on, okay? What is the resolution of this story? Okay? We're working on our summarizing. Don't use the same words, okay? We are working on our summarizing. What is the resolution of this story? Alright, Isabel's got our first answer in. He decided to sign up to a soccer team. Alright, that's the correct answer, but we have to work on the grammar a little bit. We have to make one little grammar adjustment. He decided to sign up for the soccer team. Okay? He decided to sign up for the soccer team. Jinhong says, he decided to join the team. Okay, yeah, that could be team if we know it's soccer team, sure. Sean finally signed for the soccer team. And we would say, Sean finally signed up for the soccer team. You signed up for the soccer team. You also say blue. Blue is not the resolution. Also, you're very late on the color. Right? Isabel was fast on the orange. Okay. So right here, Sean decided he could check with the coach after school to see if he could sign up for soccer. Decides to sign up for soccer. Okay. Sean decided to sign up for the soccer team. Yes, I know it's kind of messy writing on the computer, but you can read that. Sean finally decided, okay, to sign up for the soccer team. Good. Okay, write that down. We've got all three together. You know how that goes. Alright. So, are we doing good? Is there another part here? Where's our graphic organizer? Graphic organizer. He decided he would check with the coach. Yes, but check with the coach about what? Decided he would check in with the coach about the soccer team, about joining the soccer team. He decided to check in with the coach if he could play soccer. Let's find another story here. How about this one? Trying to find another story we can use. I don't want to jump ahead and use extra stories. Okay, what about a story that everybody knows? Okay, let's practice. Let's do a practice. A story that everybody knows. What is one story that everyone here knows? Okay, it can be a story from. It can be from the Storytown book, different book, a movie, a folktale, etc. And then we're going to do this together. Okay, we're going to try to understand the story elements of the story together. Jinhong says Crystal says, and Sunjae says 3 piggies. Jinhong says Harry Potter. Alright, well, we have to decide now. What will we do? 3 piggies or Harry Potter? I think you all probably know both of those stories. We'll have to pick one. Any other stories? Any other options? Alright, well, let's pick one of those. 3 piggies or Harry Potter? Character, setting, conflict, plot events, resolution. Let's do 3 piggies first. Let's do 3 piggies. Okay. So on a piece of paper, I'm going to erase this. Everybody take out a piece of paper. Take out a piece of paper. Let's do this together for 3 piggies. Harry Potter is a really long story. There are so many characters. We can't write down all like 30 characters on this little piece of paper. Okay? Oh, Matilda. I like Matilda. I like that story a lot. Alright, but let's do 3 piggies. Okay? Let's do 3 piggies. Sunjay was the first one to answer. Let's do 3 piggies. Who are the characters in 3 piggies? Who are the characters in 3 piggies? It's 3 little pigs. And 3 little pigs. Alps Girl Heidi. Oh yes, I read that when I was young too. I liked that book. That was nice. That was a good book. Who are the characters in 3 Little Pigs? This should be easy. We can do this fast, and then maybe we can do a second one. Okay? So let's do it fast. Who are the characters in 3 Little Pigs? The pigs, the wolf. Straightforward, yes. 3 pigs, 1 wolf. Exactly. What is the setting of 3 Little Pigs? I'm not sure I know. Let's check. What is the setting of 3 Little Pigs? Four little pigs and the wolf, 3 pigs? What? 4 little pigs and the wolf and 3 pigs. There are 4 little pigs and 3 normal sized pigs and 1 wolf? Or there are 7 pigs and 1 wolf? A wood. A wood. The 3 Little Pigs takes place in the woods. We would say the woods. Okay. I don't know. I believe that. The woods. The forest. Alright. Good. A forest, a woods. Good job. What is the conflict? What is the conflict in 3 Little Pigs? Jin said a forest twice. A forest, a forest. A wood, I mean wood. We would say the woods. We would say the woods. Okay. But good. The woods, a forest, good enough. Same thing. Okay. What is the conflict in 3 Little Pigs? Can somebody tell me what is the conflict of 3 Little Pigs? Isn't this an easy question? What is the conflict in 3 Little Pigs? The 3 Little Pigs, what is their conflict? They need somebody to join their soccer team. They want a 4th pig to join their soccer team, but the wolf is scared to let down his team. Is that the conflict? Right here. Isabel says, the wolf blew their houses away because the houses were weak. Janong says, the wolf blows away the pig's house. Not all, only 2. Wolf tried to make the pigs into a pork, so the pigs run away. The wolf is trying to eat the pigs. Great. I think when we talk about the central, the most important, the number 1 conflict in this story, Sophia's is perfect. Great job, Sophia. I would say this too. The wolf is trying to eat the pigs. This is the number 1 conflict in this story. The wolf is trying to eat the pigs. The pigs don't want to be eaten. Now, in the plot events, we have some of these other things that happen. Some other things that you said. So, the wolf is trying to eat the pig. This is the major conflict in the story. But we have some smaller conflicts on the inside to stop the wolf from eating the pigs, or trying to make that progress. We call those plot events. Okay, what are the plot events in Three Little Pigs? Okay. You can summarize it. You don't have to tell it all, like many sentences, but summarize. What are the plot events in Three Little Pigs? What happens? The wolf is trying to eat the pigs. What happens? And then they solve the problem. You can summarize it. You don't have to say every little thing that happens. Jinhong and Isabella already kind of answered the question in their previous answers. The wolf blows away the youngest and the older pig's house. Excellent. Nice. The wolf blows away the youngest and the older pig's house. Super. Great. Yes, and then does he eat the youngest and older pigs? Maybe we would need 2 sentences here. Okay. The big houses blew away, but the last piggy's house did not. That's kind of the resolution also, right? The last piggy's house not blowing down is kind of the resolution to the story. That's kind of the ending of the story, Isabel. I like Jinhong's here. The wolf blows away the youngest and the older pig's house. But that's still only about half, right? The wolf blows away the youngest and older pig's house. So the youngest and the older pigs run away and hide in the middle pig's house, right? That's an important part of the story. Otherwise, we think that the wolf eats the youngest and the older pigs. But that's not true, right? They do run away to the middle pig's house. Okay. It's been a long time since I read the story, but they run away to the middle pig's house. Maybe it's different, and different people tell this story. Maybe in the original story, the old story, maybe the wolf ate the youngest and oldest pig. Okay, what is the resolution of the story? What is the resolution of the story? How does the story end? Isabel says, the last piggy's house was strong because it was made out of a brick. Alright, that's very nice. One thing here is that we don't say made out of a brick. A brick means one brick. You make a house out of one brick. That is a very small house. You have to cut your rooms out of the house and live inside the brick. We would say is made out of brick, not just made out of brick. Made out of the material brick. Okay, you type very quickly. That was a fast answer. Okay, everybody else, the resolution of the story. So the last piggy's house was strong because it was made out of brick. That's still only about half of the resolution, right? Remember our central conflict. I like Sophia's central conflict. The wolf is trying to eat the pig. Here's the big problem. Okay, the piggy's house was strong. That doesn't explain how does that solve the problem. Okay, we have to explain in the resolution. The resolution has to explain how do they solve the problem. Okay, the other pigs hid in the oldest pig's house. The house didn't get blown away. Okay, that's good. That is correct. But we're still missing an important part of the resolution, right? We have to understand, why does this mean? Why does this solve the problem? How does this stop the wolf from eating the pigs? Why so serious? Oh, like the Joker? Why so serious? Wanna know how I got these scars? Aren't you too young to watch that movie? You watched that movie? There's so much violence in that movie, I thought. Okay, Sophia says, the 3 brothers live in the 3rd house. Yes. But again, we have to answer this question. The wolf is trying to eat the pigs. Okay, I'm gonna type this out. Okay. Resolution has to answer. How does the problem end, right? How does the problem end, right? So it's true the house is strong, it's made out of brick, but that doesn't explain how does it end. Does the wolf just wait for the pigs to come out and then eat them tomorrow? Is that the resolution? No, right? Our resolution has to answer how does the problem end. So, right, the last piggy's house was strong, it was made out of brick, it didn't get blown down, so the wolf gave up and went away. Right? The wolf could not eat the pigs. Right? This is an important part of the resolution to explain that. The wolf could not eat the pigs because it was made out of brick. The last house was made out of brick. Okay? Anyway, that is the end of our class today. It is 7:40. I hope you all have a very good night. Study hard and wash your hands and be healthy. Okay? The wolf was born because it was finding the chimney. Oh, did that really happen? I don't remember that part. Anyway, okay? Oh. The wolf tried to get into the chimney, but is that really part of the story? Okay. Anyway, class is over. Time to go. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Thank you for coming and watching my class. Have a good night. The wolf was almost cooked, so the wolf ran away and 3 pigs lived at the third house. Good. Good, 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 good. Oh, your homework. Let me tell you your homework. Homework. Make a story structure chart for any story that you choose. Pick any story and make a story structure chart for it. Pick any story and make a story structure chart for it. Okay, this is your homework.